Greetings fellow Shadow Raiders, Kropcie here and this is Raid Shadow Legends free to play. The dream of every account to get his first Marius on the account and then to upgrade him to 6-star soul. That's true. It will take a lot of time, but it's doable. Don't give up. If you would like to see what's the impact from the 5 to 6-star, I will be doing some testing in this video, so if you're interested, please stay tuned. So let's quickly check the build. So this is 9-piece Slayer, so we've got 30% defense ignore, we got nice boost to speed, crit rate, crit damage, and turn meter fill on the 4-piece, and additional chance to on the attack on the AoE skills. Yeah, that's true. Let's check the stats. So we've got almost 300 speed, we got some defense, like almost 6000, and we've got quite good crit damage, mostly because of the relic that I have here. For sure this build could be much better, but even my amulet is HP base here, bad, right? But for now this is the best gear that I can put. At least this is Slayer. I cannot put Merciless on this champion yet, so we'll be testing him with this gear set. I will be testing Marius generally in Hydra and Chimera to see what will be the damage change for those two contents, because generally that's the main focus on most account at this level. Hold up guys, now it's perfect time to click on my link in the description to get free Narma as well as 3 more insane free epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and then install, click on the link in the description and register with brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get free Narma right after the sign up, as well Anax, Uugo and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. Click on my link right now and let's crush it. So let's jump to the Hydra. It will be Hydra Nightmare. I've got Marius and generally Lydia. I want to check what is his current average damage, so let's do this one. So it will be something like this. So we got decreased defense and weaken. We got boost for the damage in terms of defense, because his A2 is also based on defense. So we'll have some damage. Let's end and see what kind of numbers we are looking. So this is 4.4 million of damage, so everything is here. Lydia is doing nothing generally. Let's try to do this 2 more times if that's possible. So we'll have more or less an average. And okay, and we've got similar 4.4, and let's do this once again to make sure that everything is correct. Okay, now a little bit more, but generally the result is about the same level, so we got 4.4, let's say, as average here. So now let's jump to the Chimera Ultra Nightmare, also the highest difficulty. So let's see what we can do here. I think we will need a little bit more speed, so let me leave a speed lead here. Yeah, this should be good. So let's bring Lydia also and Marius and see what kind of damage we can expect here. Okay, just boost the turn meter, place decrease defense and weaken with the defense, see what kind of numbers we are looking. So 3 hits, totally different hits, but because of the Helm Smasher, so we got a 50% chance to ignore more defense. So let's end. Okay, we've got 2.1 million of damage, so let's repeat this. I think on auto it should be doing the same stuff. Okay, less, we see less, a little bit less damage, so below 2 million of damage. So let's try again. I need to be careful to do not submit the key. This could be bad. Okay, we got everything. Okay, and we got the number. So okay, now we've got almost 5 million of damage. So more or less, let's say 2.3, because they are very. So which blessing will I will use after upgrading to 6-star? So far from the 1-star I was using, it was Heaven Gust. So this one will bring your champion a little bit boost of damage, and the damage depends on the amount of buffs that this champion is currently at. So at the 5-star it was like 1.5% of damage per buff, right? So we've got 10 buffs, it will be 15%, which is quite nice, but it's sometimes hard to get 10 buffs on your champion, but it happens sometimes. So for the 6-star it will be 2%, it will be 20% buff increase, damage increase, which is also great. So I was doing some research, even using artificial intelligence, trying to figure out what will be the best choose here, and even what I've got here. So summary, it should be probably the Crushing Rend. So I'll be switching to Crushing Rend and will be testing damage once again with the same setup. So what Crushing Rend is doing, so we will be ignoring defense, and this ignore will be per every 10 levels of the enemy, which is interesting. So higher it goes in terms of bosses, so they will have higher levels, so it should ignore more defense. So we'll try to do that. Okay, so we are ready. We've got our numbers before the upgrade, so now let's do the upgrade. Yeah, so 6-star soul, welcome. So we cannot back to the previous numbers, so we'll be generally doing more. Okay, so we got 6-star, that's great, amazing. So now let's change the blessing, because generally that's the idea here. So let's change it to the Crushing Rend, yeah, and we've got 6-star here available, so let's choose this one, and we are generally done. So now let's jump to the testing. So we'll start in the same order, so Hydra, Nightmare. So let's jump, we've got the same setup, this is on auto, so let's see how much we'll do this time. Okay, and so let's see those numbers. Okay, so the difference is, I would say, minimal. Okay, let's try like a few more times. So we've got 4.8 million, which is increase, but what kind of increase? So as I see here, it was a little bit less, so it was 4.4 million of damage. Okay, so let's try like 2 more times to see if that's consistent. Yeah, 4.8, the same, and let's try again. So 3 times, right? 4.8, the same. Totally the same results. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay, so after doing some math, it took out that this is 9% damage boost currently in the Hydra. So let's check what will be the difference in the Chimera. So the same setup, and let's see the first number. It should be generally the same. Okay, we've got, let's check the numbers, almost 3 million of damage. Okay, so after watching the numbers from the previous run, so the average was 2.1 million of damage, now we see 3. So this is interesting because this is 43% of damage increase, which is okay, amazing. So let's try it like 2 more times to see if we've got the same results. Everything because of the Crushing Rend, of course. Okay, even more than... Whoa, what's going on? Let's check again. So we've got from Marius, yeah, 3.4. This is even better. So 3.45 million of damage. This is 64% damage boost, which is crazy, I would say. Let's try the last time. Let's see what we can get right now. Okay, and let's end and see what will be the result here. Yeah, a little bit less. So those results vary on the Helm Smasher. Depends if on each hit you will got additional ignore defense. Yeah, so ignore defense. So let's check what will be the current value. So Crushing Rend will ignore defense based on enemy level. So we've got Hydra with 310 level, so it will be 31 additional ignore defense. And on Chimera, let's quickly check on the Ultra Nightmare, it is 300, so it will be 30. So let's say 30 for both bosses. So now let's do some kind of calculation here. So what we have, so we got 30% here from Slayer, so that's one thing. I've got Cat's Gaze here on this champion here, so we've got 10, 16, so it will be 46. Let's say plus 30. it will be 76, right? So we are getting close to 100. And if Helm Smasher, which is the mastery that I'm currently using, will have 50% chance of ignoring target defense, 25%, so it will be 100 defense ignore if this will proc. Interesting. Okay, so another test. Let's find what damage potential we could have here. So let's bring 2 additional champions to boost the damage. So one will be Glaycat, another one Feral. Feral because of his passive, he's also in 9-piece Feral. Glaycat is 9-piece protection, he will place a lot of buffs, so this will increase the damage. So I'm just curious what kind of numbers we can expect here now. So let's do this properly. So let's put some buffs here. So they should probably also be protected. So we got 2 protected. Let's put more protected buffs and more. We got 35. So we would like to have 2 debuffs from Feral. So this will be another 10%. And defense down and weaken, right? So this will be perfect scenario. Okay, we don't have to use this skill because we'll do nothing because we already got increased defense. So let's see. Okay, so let's see the numbers. But I think they are similar, the same. I think we reach some kind of cap here, probably. Yeah, let's try once again. I think this should work the same on auto. I'm not sure if Feral will use his A2, so let's do this manually. Okay, and once again. Okay, 3.3 million of damage, which is great. Looks good. So short summary, I think we reach here the maximum damage that we can do, because max and HP on Chimera, they are capped, so you cannot exceed the numbers, as I know, so probably that's the case. And going back to Hydra, so Hydra usually how it's working, so they've got reduced damage from AoE skills. Generally that's the case, that's what Marius is doing. But the champions like Crockhat, Throat Reaper or Thor Hammer, so those 2 champions got AoE skills, but they are implemented the way that each target is hit separately, which will give them a huge advantage in the Hydra fights. So we need to remember about this disadvantage from Marius for the Hydra runs. So I heard that it's possible to run Marius as a solo farmer for Spider Heart stage 10. Yeah, so that's where we are. So level 350, so we'll have 35 additional defense ignore. So let's see it. So this is full auto. I set up it the way that Marius will use his A3 first, then A2, so then that's the setup. So let's check if this will work on full auto. Okay, so we got boost, we got additional spiders, nice damage, and because we've got increased defense and this champion is tanky, so he will not easily fall. Okay, and we are waiting once again for his big A2 again. Yeah, it's working fine. So 8 to 6 turn. Good result. I'm very happy with that. So answering the question, is it worth all the struggles to get his 6-star soul? I think yes, that's big investment, but I think it's worth it. Additionally, this additional 15 speed for the champion is great, so for sure will help to do some crazy things even in arena, live arena, so he's great also there, that's for sure. For the future, for sure would like to get better gear, maybe Slayer if another Forge pass will be there. For sure on the free-to-play I will not be buying it, but those 3 pieces will be nice. We got a 5-star here, 5-star here on the chest plate. We got ring with from a 5-star level and also banner. So those for sure things could be improved at some point to even put better glyphs, right? Because on the 5-star you can maximum upgrade speed to +5, not like over 10 with the crazy glyphs. So that's why I've got so far Marius capped at almost 300 speed, which is great. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, and we are able to solo farm Spider, doing much better damage in Chimera, which will help me a lot because that's the content that I'm currently focused on now. Yeah, which is great. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think? How are you going with your Marius missions or getting Marius soul? Thank you for watching and see you on the next one. Cheers!